So the Cavs lost by 148 points. And I just can't wait to find out who LeBron James thinks is at fault for this. Hello, I hope you're enjoying the video. Here at the BBN, we would like to invite you to Morning Coffee, where we'll discuss matters of the previous day and also upcoming issues every day, Monday through Thursday, between 9:20 and 10 a.m. in the morning. So drop in, let us know what you think. Whether you like or dislike, let your opinion be heard. Anyway, back to our program. Hope to see you in the AM. BBN Jack Frost, what's up, party people? Hey, before the video we will continue, hit that like button, subscribe, and join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. Okay. And so, Cleveland Cavaliers have just lost by 148 points. I get it. There's a lot of people that's going to say, well, it wasn't LeBron's fault. It was everybody else's fault. First of all, LeBron's been saying it's everybody else's fault as long as he's been in the NBA. It's not ever been his fault. LeBron has not lost one game. The only people who has ever lost is the coaches and the other players. LeBron, it's never been his fault because, stats. Once again, I'll point out, LeBron's stats are usually padded. After they're up, they're going to win. They're up by 20 or 30 points. Fourth quarter, LeBron's still playing. They're down 20 or 30 points. Fourth quarter, LeBron's still playing. So a lot of his stats are padded. So anyway, today they lost by 148 points. And it would have been more, but the opposing team didn't score for like the last 3 minutes. There was like a whole bunch of weirdness going on, and they was just like running the clock out and then turning the ball over. It's like they weren't even interested in trying to score. OKC wasn't even interested. They were not interested in trying. It's like they just didn't care about scoring. They just was like, whatever, man. It's time to go home, tuck the kids in or something. They weren't even interested in scoring. I was just on the internet. I was just on Twitter today having a conversation with somebody who swears up and down that the dude, okay, first of all, he said D-Rose basically had 44 steals his last year with the Knicks or something like that, right, through a whole season. 44 steals for a whole season for a point guard is not anything to brag about. There's 82 damn games. That's less than one steal a game. What are you bragging about? Anyway, so when you have IT who can't play defense, and then you have Derrick Rose who can't play defense, I don't understand how you're going to win games. The freaking Cleveland Cavaliers, the Cleveland Cavaliers scored 100 and something points that game. It's not like they can't score. But you see, LeBron isn't as freaking, his basketball IQ isn't as high as people make it out to be. It just isn't. LeBron put that team together. Don't forget that. LeBron was telling them to give these guys all of these contracts that they probably shouldn't have gave in the first place. Don't forget that. Tristan Thompson, he got that contract. Why? LeBron. JR, I think, got a good contract. Why? LeBron. Shump got a good contract. Why? LeBron. All of those guys are overpaid. All of them. Why? LeBron. Because he's busy trying to get the guys on his team that's gonna let him play the way he wanna play. That aren't gonna be a hindrance to his ability to get stats. Those are the guys he want on his team. Take that into consideration when y'all thinking about what team he's gonna go to next. All right? Take that into consideration. What team could LeBron go to and get a lot of stats? Because that's the only team he gonna go to. People make it out like he's chasing rings. He's not chasing rings anymore, man. He's lost so many finals that he's not going to be considered in Michael Jordan's freaking, in the pantheon of the Michael Jordans. and the Bill Russells and people could pretend, but no, he's not. Michael Jordan didn't even ever go to a game 7. I think he's lost 7 finals. I don't know. I don't know how many finals he lost, but he damn sure lost more than one, and Michael Jordan didn't lose any. So, there that go. So, you have a team who their biggest problem is playing defense. I think they're as of, what's today's date? As of January 20th, they're 28th in the league in defensive efficiency. It's like 30 teams. What are you talking about? They're worse at defense than the Knicks, I believe. Now, what? What? I don't know. The Knicks might be 29 or 30, but I'm pretty sure that they're worse at defense than the Knicks. The Knicks just lose a lot of games because I don't know what's going on with the Knicks. They be playing well, and then there'll be a good 8-minute where it's like everybody running around with their heads cut off like chickens or some shit. I don't know. Knicks is a weird team. But they're 28th in the league in defensive efficiency, and they can't play defense at the point guard. So what happens is the point guard on the opposing team comes down, and he can just run the offense which way he wants because there is no pressure on the ball. Derrick Rose used to play for the Knicks, right? And I'm telling you this because I watched every Knicks game. Derrick Rose used to play for the Knicks, and he doesn't play defense like trying to stop the guy from going where the guy want to go. Derrick Rose just plays defense by trying to stand as close to the ball defender as possible. It's crazy. If the guy wants to dribble forward and go to the free throw line, Derrick Rose is just going to let him dribble forward and go to the free throw line. If the guy wants to dribble a little bit closer to the rim, Derrick Rose is going to let him dribble a little bit closer to the rim. If the guy wants to dribble around to the baseline, Derrick Rose is just going to let him go dribble around to the baseline. If the guy wants to dribble to the basket, all the way to the basket, Derrick Rose is going to let him dribble all the way to the basket. Like, literally, the next time anybody watches freaking Derrick Rose play, please pay attention to this. He doesn't stop the ball at all. Basketball is stopping the ball, okay? Playing defense. The guy at the point of attack, who is usually the point guard on the team playing defense, is supposed to stop the ball. You don't let the guy keep dribbling wherever he wants to go. You push up on him. You stop the ball. If the guy's trying to get to the screen and the screen doesn't come all the way to him and he's trying to take you to where the screen is at, you don't let him. You understand? You beat him to the spot and you plant your feet. I mean, I don't understand Derrick Rose at all. But Derrick Rose is a terrible defender. Isaiah Thomas is a terrible defender. It's just, I don't see how the Cavs can pull this off. I don't see how the Cavs can pull this off. Right now, I don't think the Cavs could beat Toronto in the playoff series, and I don't think that the Cavs could beat I am absolutely sure that they can't beat the Celtics in the playoff series, and they better not go up against a motivated Washington. If they go up against a motivated Washington Bullets, I just called them the Bullets. Wizard, if they go up against a motivated Washington Wizard, they're gonna have problems. They're gonna have problems. I don't think they could beat Toronto. I think they'll have Toronto's a toss-up. That's a 7-game series, but I don't think they're gonna beat the Celtics, and I don't think they're gonna take that to 7 games. I think the Celtics could take them in 5 or 6. They can't play defense at all. Isaiah Thomas was trying to make a point the other day, and I don't think people get it. I think people are upset at Isaiah Thomas because they're like, oh man, he came to the team. He should be happy that he on the team. He should be happy they wanted him. First of all, they didn't want him. Okay? It's not like they was like, yo man, we got to go get Isaiah Thomas. That's not what happened. What happened was Kyrie Irving said, I'm leaving. I'm not playing here no more. Y'all better trade me. And the only thing that they could find that they figured was close value was Isaiah Thomas. So it's not like they went out and got Isaiah Thomas on purpose. So please, everybody, anybody saying that, stop pretending. They didn't want to get rid of Kyrie. They shouldn't have got rid of Kyrie. They should have freaking fixed it somehow. That's why LeBron James is moping right now, because he understands, damn, if we had Kyrie, this would be a different team, which it would be. Anyway, Isaiah Thomas, IT, was trying to make a point. He said, yo, we don't practice. We don't practice. And people got all over him like, oh man, what are y'all talking about? We don't practice. You could come in on your time, on your days off and practice. Nah, that's not the type of practice Isaiah Thomas is talking about. Remember, Isaiah Thomas just came from the Celtics. Stevens, I forgot it. Brad Stevens, he's the coach on the Celtics. They run plays. Their practices are constructed. You understand? They're not just all showing up and everybody go off on their own and do the stuff that helps them with their individual talents. They show up. They practice team work. So when Isaiah Thomas is saying, yo, we don't practice, he's not saying, nobody don't show up except for game day. He's like, we don't do the teamwork stuff. We don't do the practicing plays on offense and on defense. We don't do those things. That's what he's saying. So that's how come another reason why I'm like, LeBron James doesn't have that high basketball IQ that everybody is talking about. Just with the understanding that when somebody on your team says, yo, we not practicing, and then you say, well, you could always come in on your day off. What the fuck you mean coming on your, part of my language? What do you mean coming on my day off? Everybody needs to be here for us to practice. I don't get that. I mean, the first time I heard it, when I was just like, I understand where IT is coming from. Because IT is a player that needs others to be successful. IT needs to be able to come off of screens. IT needs those picks. He needs them. That's why he was so successful in Boston. He came around screens, ran around picks all day. That allowed for him to catch the ball going downhill. And then they get him isolated on somebody who couldn't guard him, his handle, with the mismatches, because they had an offensive scheme. And on the defensive end, they hid him. They had other players who were very high defensive IQs that helped to hide his inability to play defense. But then you come to the Cavs, where it's all about being a superstar in your individual efforts, and it's not about teamwork. And that's why their defensive efficiency is so low. And that's why now, when IT came back, everything else is low. Because they don't practice. They practice individually, yeah. But they don't practice teamwork stuff. It's kind of obvious if you watch the game. I play 2K, right? And when you play walk-on, you always have those point guards. Not all the time, but you'll run into them often, though. And they don't know how to do anything but a pick and roll. If you're not setting a screen for them to pick and roll, they don't even know how to pass you the ball. That's what the Cavs do. The Cavs just run around. One guy runs around, comes try to get the ball. You give him the ball. Somebody sets a screen. There's no actual plays. There's no actual ball movement or player movement to get isolations. Even the Knicks do that. So when IT says that we don't practice, he's not saying that people are lazy. He's saying that there's no teamwork. He's saying we're not a team. Everybody remember that when these playoffs start. Remember that. All of y'all LeBron fanatics, y'all guys love LeBron. They're like, oh, LBJ. Oh, how I love me some LBJ. Remember that. Don't forget it. You had somebody already say that there's a problem with teamwork. Because that's what he said. And instead of addressing the actual issue, LeBron wrote it off as, yo, you could just always go practice more by yourself. That also says a lot about Ty Lue, not for nothing. It kind of calls him a freaking deadbeat coach. So, that's probably why they wanted to get rid of David Blatt. Because David Blatt actually wanted to run plays maybe and practice. And, LeBron can't have that. He can't have that, practicing stuff. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about this. Leave the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. Yeah, look, man, these dudes don't practice. Look at the games, man. Everything is individual effort. When they go up against the elite teams in the league, they have problems. They have real problems on the offensive side and on the defensive side. And that's why they've been struggling. That's all I got on this one. I love y'all. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.